Good day, YouTube, and welcome back to the Trooper's Corner. I'm Trooper134, and today I'm going to be giving you a no BS review of the GPS Tactical Range Bag. As you can imagine, the old trooper has to make frequent trips to the shooting range in order to keep up his firearm skills. That said, I have never really been a big fan of the square or rectangular range bags that you commonly see other shooters with, so I started looking around for a backpack-style range bag. After doing a quick internet search, I found about a half dozen or more different models that I thought would work pretty good. And after reading some reviews, I decided the one that would work best for me was the GPS range bag. Now, at the time when I bought the bag, there were only a couple of product reviews from the manufacturer about the bag itself, and there was very little from end users. So I thought I could put together a quick video that offered something more comprehensive from someone who's actually used it. That said, I'll throw this disclaimer out. All opinions expressed here are entirely of my own. I was not paid in any way, shape, or form by GPS or anyone else to make this video. Without further delay, let's get started on the review. Okay, let's go ahead and have a general overview of the bag itself. So as you can see, there's several pockets for storing all of your gear. You got this main top compartment right there. That's big enough to put a little bit of ammo in there. Your ear protection, eye protection, whatever else you want in that main top compartment. And then this one, just in front of that, you could put some iPro, put a couple of tools in there, just underneath that pocket. Okay, you got another pocket where, and this, one of the things I like about this bag is they have these little removable Velcro tabs that has pictures of what you could put in there. So you got iPro, your earplugs, some kind of electronics, maybe a small pair of binoculars, or put your phone in there, and then you have a zippered pocket on the inside of that. Moving right along with the front pockets, now you have this big front pocket right here where you can have a little toolkit, put some little tools in there, and then you have these removable, I guess, ammunition or parts cups. So they got a little Velcro on the back, and they stick right there in the bag, and they stick to each other just like that. Pretty cool idea. Not sure I'm going to use those, but also too, you can Velcro those to the inside of the pocket. That's a pretty cool idea. And if you're emptying your gun, emptying your magazine, you can put your ammo in there. Or like if you're field stripping it real quick or doing a field expedient fix, you could put all your parts that you're likely to lose during that operation right there in those little cups. So those are the main pockets up there on the front. Let's go ahead and look at this left side. Right here, picture of a stapler. This is plenty big. As you can see, I have my full-size stapler and some extra staples right in this pocket. And then, picture of tape. Got to roll some 1-inch tape in that pocket. Fits just perfectly. Okay, you have a target elastic band. You're supposed to roll your targets up, put them in here. I'll tell you what I think about that later. Then on this other side, here's one of the things I really love about this bag. So we have pockets for pistol pouches. So it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 pistol pouches. 3 of them go down here in the bottom, and this one stuffs up here in the top. I'll show you the pistol pouches later. I love the design. I love this idea. I think that's really cool. And it allows you to obviously bring a bunch of different pistols with you on range day. Up here at the top, I'll show this here in a minute, there's a little pull-out rain poncho that will go over the top of the entire bag. So if you get caught in a rainstorm, you can go ahead and protect the bag, keep it from getting wet, keep your stuff from getting wet. And then also too, so got your 2 shoulder straps and then a lumbar strap for carrying the backpack around to the range and whatnot. And then some pretty decent back padding right here, so it's not digging into your shoulder blades while you're carrying all this stuff. All right, that's pretty much all that comes with the bag when you buy it. Now, later on in the video, you will see that I've attached some different pouches and whatnot hanging off the side. Like I have my iPro case. I have a couple of different pouches that I've attached to the MOLLE webbing on the bag. I want everyone to understand the bag does not come with these extra pouches. That is extra stuff that I'm hanging off the bag to increase the storage potential. So I just want everyone to understand the bag does not come with the extra stuff that I've put on the outside. All right, let's take a look at the side pocket real quick. This is the one that's concealing your 3 pistol pouches. I do like this design. However, 2 pouches right now in here have pistols. These 2 right here, pistols and magazines in both. I could barely get them in there. I guarantee that, and it's a really tight fit. I can barely get this other one out. I guarantee I would not be able to put a pistol and magazines in this pouch and get them all to fit in, which, you know, that's okay. If I did want to take another pistol, don't forget you still have this upper storage compartment right there, but you're not going to be able to have pistols and magazines in all 3 of these and get them to fit in the bottom, which is fine. See how tight that is already? And I only have 2 of them in there right now. So that is all right. Hang on a second. There we go. I'll pull that out. Okay, there's 1. There's 2, 3. All right. So, like I said, you could definitely get 2 of them in here comfortably with pistols and magazines, and then you would still have a little bit of space to maybe put a couple boxes of ammo or something else in there. Now, that said, if you're only going to take, you know, 1 pistol, lots of room, or you could put your pistol up here, that's great. Or if you're just taking 1 pistol to the range, you can stick it up there and have this whole hole for a lot of other stuff. So for instance, tomorrow, I'm only taking 1 pistol, 1 rifle, and I'm sighting my rifle in. So I want to be able to take this bench rest sandbag. Look at that. That fits in there perfectly. Plus, I have lots of room for ammo. In fact, I could probably stand it up this way too and still get some ammo in there, get some ammo in here, or your earmuffs or whatever else. Okay, so let's take a look at the pistol pouches that come in this case. I really like this system. This is fairly well thought out. So the case itself comes with 4 pistol cases. 3 go down in the bottom, 1 up top side, kind of like I showed you in the other segment of the video. But this is what they look like when you open them up. As you can see, you can put full-sized pistols in each one of these. So I have full-size 1911 here, my Glock, my 320. So you can put full-sized, full-framed pistols in these cases. Now, if you're packing some ginormous 454 Cazul or a 500 or a big 44 Magnum, some giant 6-shooter, you're probably not going to fit it in here. But most of the revolvers and most of the semi-auto handguns that you're going to be packing will fit right into these cases. It's nice and padded. It's got a non-scratch, non-mark coating on it. And then you'll notice you fold this flap over, okay? And then you have 4 mesh pockets where you can put magazines, okay? And that Velcros over so that those magazines aren't going to have any chance to scratch or mar the surface of your pistol. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get the 1911 out of the way. So on this end of it, so that Velcro's open, and this has a nice, soft little carrying pocket. I'm not sure what they intended to do with this, because the only thing you can really fit in there is a tiny pea shooter or noisy cricket. You cannot fit a pistol in there, and I wouldn't want to, especially if you're carrying them loaded, which I don't recommend, because you're going to have to go in there and fish it out. So not really sure what they intended to do with that section, but it does have that feature if for some reason you need it. The big thing that I do not like about these cases is that the pistol is just kind of floating in this case after you zip it up. You could stick it in here and then Velcro the thing together, but then it's just kind of flopping around with the magazines and it's not really secured. The other day when I was at the range and I opened one of these up, the pistol kind of came halfway out of the bag and was kind of flopping around in there. So that's one thing I don't like. I wish they would have had some kind of retention system, like maybe a couple of Velcro straps or a bigger mesh pocket that the pistol would go into, so when you opened this up, it didn't come flopping out. Other than that, though, this is a fairly well thought out system, and I like these pistol pouches. Just to give everyone an idea of how big the pouch is, so I'm going to take my Black Powder Army 44 pistol. This is the biggest revolver that I have right now in my collection, and kind of set it inside the case. As you can see, there's pretty much no way to make this fit. The best you can do is this, leaving the handle sticking out, but then of course if you did that, this would not fit back inside the bag. So any revolver kind of approaching this particular size, which obviously this is a giant revolver, I'm just doing it for scale so everyone kind of has an idea how big these are. Obviously if you have something this big, not going to work. All right, let's take a look at this bottom pocket right here. So this is for kind of tools and cleaning stuff and whatnot. I think it's a pretty decent size. So I have in this pocket just an assortment of 45, 22, 40 cal, and 30 cal cleaning patches, just enough to run through a bore or clean a weapon when I'm at the range. I have my tool handle right here, a little cleaning brush. Okay, inside this pocket marked for tools, I actually have some neoprene gloves, so my hands won't get super dirty when I'm at the range if I have to clean a weapon real quick. Behind that, okay, pair of needle nose pliers fits in there perfectly. The bag itself comes with this little organizer that fits in this pocket here, okay? And I found that this is just about the perfect size for all kinds of different bits that you may need for some quick gunsmithing at the range. Let's say you want to tighten up your scope a little bit, or you need to field strip something out and clean it. So there's enough room for my little handle in here that I bought separately, of course. And then this is perfect for organizing pretty much all the bits that you may need to kind of disassemble or work on a firearm when you're at the range. And fits back into that little pocket right there. I appreciate the fact that this isn't cheap nylon. That's pretty sturdy. And then in here I just have a little cleaning rod in case I need to pop a live round out that's jammed in my chamber or something. Other than that, though, I think this pocket is just about perfect for all your tools and most of your cleaning essential stuff. Now, it does come with, when you buy the kit, pardon me, I'm trying to do this one-handed. So it does come with these two ammo holders. So they're like these semi-rigid cups that have Velcro on the bottom. So if you're unloading a magazine or something, you can put your rounds in there. They won't roll away. Me personally, and they go here, which this is great. This is an ingenious little idea. However, I didn't really feel it necessary to have these cups in there. I wanted this space. So I'm just gonna do something else with these because I wanted to be able to put this cleaning rod kit in here because I felt that was a little bit more necessary. So I wanted that space opened up. So just above the tools pocket, we have this semi-rigid pocket right here, which as you can see has Velcro, so you can put your morale patches and all your other gee-dunk up in there. When we open this up, okay, it's got 4 separate pockets, one marked eyeglasses, one for your earbuds, your ear pro, and then this one, like, it has a little picture of a phone on it. I just always keep my phone in my pocket, but if you had a small laser range finder or a small set of binoculars or something, those would probably fit in there. And then there's a zipper pocket that you can put something in here too. Now me personally, I need reading glasses to see fine work, so I just have a pair of cheap reading glasses in there. I use ear muffs, but as a backup, I have some earplugs in there. And then right now, I don't have anything in this pocket. One of the things that I like about this little kit, though, is it has all these little panels marked. And in fact, some of them are Velcro, so you can change those around. You could probably even find someone to make little Velcro tabs with pictures on them if you really wanted to. I don't think that's going to ever be necessary for me. But if you wanted to put something else in those pockets and have it marked, you sure could. And then we have another kind of semi-rigid pocket up here. I have a spare pair of iPro, because you always have that one time a lens pops out or breaks on your old iPro, or that one buddy of yours that always comes to the range without the required equipment. You can give them that loaner, okay? And then I have my little breech flags in here, so they're easy access when I get to the range. All right, and then coming up to the top pocket here. So probably my biggest complaint about this bag is this top pocket's a little small, especially if you have a pistol up in this side pocket here. It takes up a lot of the room in this top pocket. I barely have enough room for my ear pro. They're kind of squished in there, and it kind of works. And then I also have this Otis cleaning kit in here. And you could put a couple more things in here. You could definitely put some ammo in here. It's a little bit tighter than I would want, but overall, it works pretty decently. And then on this side pocket, as you can see, we have, again, the little images of things that are supposed to go in the pocket. Obviously, you don't have to stay true to that. However, I have. So inside, we have the obligatory staple and spare staples. That is plenty big enough for a full-sized staple gun plus a box of staples. And then you could put a couple other things, small things in there as well. Moving right along, so we have a picture of a roll of tape, and I have some 1-inch clear tape in there, and then also too, so I like using Target pasties. After I shoot the first target full of holes, I just come up, I put pasties over the holes that exist so I can keep using that same paper target over and over and over again. And then this is a small addition that I made to this kit. So the nice thing is they do have, of course, MOLLE straps on all of the pockets. I wanted a little bit more storage room for future storage. Right now, I just have a bag of bookbinding clips and a marker in here. That's it for now. However, this affords me a lot more space on the outside of the kit should I find some other things that I want to put in here. While we're on this side of the bag, we have these Velcro strips. So you're supposed to roll up your paper targets and put them in here. I don't think I'm ever going to use that. I think it's kind of silly. You might be able to roll up 3 or 4 targets, but they're going to get all bent up and ripped up. And if it rains a little bit, you know, they're going to disintegrate. That being said, however, if you have... Hi! Yeah, over here's the... Okay, continuing. Sorry about that. Had a grocery delivery. That being said, I don't think this would work for targets. However, if you like to use a shooting stick sometimes to kind of, you know, stabilize your rifle, that'll fit in here. It's not amazing, but I mean, you could definitely hang this off the side and, you know, trek it in a little bit to your shooting area. That's what I think that would be useful for. Other than that, I don't think those are going to work very good for their intended use. All right, and then moving right along, as you can see, I bought another one of these pouches on Amazon to kind of increase some of the storage on this pack. I think this is probably going to be my ouch pouch. So I'm probably going to put a tourniquet on the front of this and some chest seals and some hemostatic gauze and just some like regular band-aids and stuff like that in here. It's always a great idea to have some kind of small IFAK kit, especially when you're out shooting or camping or four-wheeling and whatnot. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do with this pocket. Now, unfortunately, the MOLLE on this side, I'm not sure this is going to be very useful. Because imagine if you put a pouch here, okay, you're not going to be able to open. If you had a big bulky pouch sticking out and you tried to open this, this is about as far as it would get. If you had a narrow MOLLE pouch, maybe a small narrow one up here, you might be able to open this up. But if I had put this pouch here and had it full of stuff, then you're not going to be able to, you know, it would only be sticking down that half far. It's doable. I just think that it would be a giant pain in the rear end. And then kind of the same thing with the MOLLE on this. So I bought a semi-rigid MOLLE pouch for my iPro, my good iPro, that I can just have in this pouch, and I don't waste any of these compartments for that. So I have some external storage, and something narrow like that is about all that's going to fit on this pocket right here. So, I mean, this works out pretty good. All right, now onto the straps. These look like they're pretty decent quality, pretty thick, lacking on padding, but also looks like the stitching is pretty tough too. So if you're putting a lot of weight in this, I don't anticipate this is going to pull out. I hope that they kind of continued the strap down through the bag. Can't really tell at this point, and I haven't had a chance to use it a lot. So as far as longevity, I can't really make any comments. So you'll notice they're not as padded as you might see on like a hiking backpack or something. You know, and I think that's going to be all right. It's pretty padded in the back. This is nice. So if you do have a lot of weight, it's not going to be pressing down on you in weird spots. And then you do have a good lumbar strap that you can tighten up around your waist so that your hips are taking a lot of that weight rather than just your shoulders. I think bear in mind too, this pack isn't meant for like long-term hiking. You know, I think this is going to be great for just short walks from your car in the parking lot to the inside of your range, or even from your car if you want to walk 100 yards or you know, a little bit more to a shooting area that's outdoors. I think that's perfect for that. I definitely would not want to wear this for more than about 20 or 30 minutes, especially loaded down with pistols and ammo and all that other stuff. It's not made that comfortable, but I think this will be great for just short trips back and forth from the car to wherever you're going to be shooting at. All right, so up at the top, just underneath your shoulder straps, pardon me because I'm filming this one-handed, is a rain fly. Okay, so you unzip. The idea is that if you're caught outside, you know, at the range and you can't cover up your stuff. Sorry, this is going to be a mess for a minute. Okay. That if you get kind of caught out in the rain, you can pull that out and pull it over the bag to kind of keep the rain off of it. That's a novel idea, you know, decent use of space. I don't know if I'm ever going to end up using that, but it's there if you need it. Now, the last thing I did to maximize storage space of the bag was I went to the hardware store and bought one of these giant oversized carabiners. And as you can see, I'm hanging my Ear Pro off this carry handle off the top of the bag. I did this for two different reasons. Number one, to open up storage space inside this main compartment, but also number two, the first thing I need when I get out of my car, because I usually go to an outdoor shooting range, is my Ear Pro. So as soon as I get out of my Jeep, I want my Ear Pro readily accessible. I just take it off the bag, put it on my head, and then I can start gathering all my stuff up to walk over to the stall that I've been assigned. All right, that pretty much wraps up the entire review. Here's my final thoughts. I am incredibly happy with this bag. I am not going to be disappointed with it at all. It's a good size for carrying pistols, ammunition, cleaning supplies, tools, enough to keep me going on a pretty heavy range day. I don't think I'm going to be disappointed with this at all. I would go ahead and give it 4.5, maybe even 4 3/4 out of 5 stars. There's only a couple little things that I would change. I would maybe make this compartment a little bit bigger so it's easier to put 3 full pistol pouches in here. I would probably make this one a little bit bigger for the same reason. Also, too, so it's not encroaching on this main compartment. And then, as I mentioned, maybe some kind of retention system inside the pistol pouches so the pistols aren't kind of flopping around in there. Other than that, though, if you're looking for a backpack-style range bag, I'm going to fully recommend this one. I do not think you would be disappointed. I'm not going to be disappointed. This has everything that I need. It's well made. It's a little tiny bit expensive. I think I got this for about $130, $140 on Amazon. It was a little bit more than I was expecting to pay, but I tell you what, seeing as how this has everything that I needed, everything that I wanted, all the organization I could possibly need out of all the stuff that I bring with me on a range day, seeing as how it just fits the bill on everything I wanted, I was okay paying that price. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got for you today. Let me know what you think in the comments. As usual, I will try to remember to have product links for some of this stuff in the review, though. Tell me what you think, and if you have any further questions, leave it in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Anyways, hope you're having a great day. This is Trooper 134 signing off.